Sarah Ingham has finally done it. She's hit the nail on the coffin, which will bury their channel right under the ground. So she put up a comment the other day defending Isla's Insta account. In case you weren't aware, Isla Ingham, as soon as she hit 13, received an Insta account and a TikTok account. In fact, this is relating to TikTok, I think. And she put this. A couple of days ago, Isla got a comment saying, "I'm sorry to say, but you'll never be a ballet dancer." Because Isla puts up a lot of ballet type content on her TikTok account, right? The comment was made from a grown woman in her 50s, approximately. Obviously, Sarah went and checked this information because, why not? First and foremost, this comment did not upset Isla. She came to me and told me about the comment, and then we chatted about it. About how comments like that are absolutely a reflection on the person making the comment and not on Isla or her abilities to do ballet. I told her that happy people, truly happy people, don't have negativity to project onto others, and that no one above her would try and bring her down. Now, you have a very good point there, Sarah. Nobody truly happy would project their negativity, on other people. You constantly do say negative things to other people all the time, and that's because of your own unhappiness, if that's what you're going by anyway. She goes on to say, so just to think about that when she gets comments like that in future. She asked me if she should leave the comment, delete it, or block the person who made it. I asked if this person had made negative comments to her before, and she replied, yes, almost every video I post. I told her to block because anyone bringing that much negativity to your life doesn't belong in your life. Now, I'd agree with that 100% in actual fact. She should block this person because that was really not a very nice comment to make on a 13-year-old child's TikTok video. Now, I would also suggest that there's hundreds of other people she could also block on her channel, because there's so many comments which really doesn't belong on a 13-year-old channel. Ones even positive making ones, right? The ones which say how amazing she is, how beautiful she is, how gorgeous she is. Those are inappropriate comments to be making to a 13-year-old, even if it is by other children. Like, there's so many of them, and Isla's only a child, and just you know where I'm going with this. There's too many, and also some people you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're men, women. She goes on to say, you wouldn't stand for it in real life, so why should you on social media? Oh, that's a very good question. In fact, that brings up a very good talking point. By the same logic, you would not stand for a predator, pedo, standing there with a camera taking a picture of your kids. So why would you stand for it on social media? Why would you stand for all these predators all over the world sitting there behind their screens, screenshotting your kids and passing them around their mates? Why would you accept that as a thing if you wouldn't accept it in real life? Think about that, Sarah. People can have bad days, I get that, but it's happening often from the same people. Get rid. Finally, I ask Isla if the comment made her feel bad or like she isn't good enough, because I wanted to make sure she was okay, and her reply, absolutely not. I know my ability right now, but more importantly, what I can achieve if I work hard and put my mind to it. All she did was make me more determined to reach my goals. So if the person who made that comment is here reading this, thank you for encouraging Isla to be the very best she can be. And secondly, please do better. She's a child trying to figure out who she is, and all children should receive support, respect and encouragement. The end. Love that from Sarah. Yes, she is a child who deserves support, etc. She doesn't deserve to be plastered all over social media, but there we go. Here we are, isn't it? I did actually see and read that comment she's talking about at the time when it was posted, and I thought, yeah, what the fuck? You know, she is a child. Who cares if she'll ever make it? Who cares? I don't care. You shouldn't care. Nobody should care, right? Who cares? She's a child. If she wants to do it, she'll do it. She'll make sure it happens, I'm sure. If she's not good enough, who cares if she's not good enough, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us, right? She's just a child. So that was the end of the rant. Also, we thought, because somebody commented something which was very thought-provoking for Sarah, and it said this. Isla's account on TikTok says it is a parent-managed, yet you are saying here she came to you. Manage the account or make it private, friend only. Social media is dangerous for young people. It was quite a straightforward point, actually, and it was right. It was right. If Isla's going to Sarah to say, look, this comment, that means it's not being managed very well, is it, by her parents? And it's supposed to be a parent-managed account, not an Isla-managed account, right? And social media is dangerous for young people, so they should be protected. And yet Sarah is willing to put her child front and centre and thrown to the wolves, essentially. Right, so it wasn't a hateful comment, actually. This comment, it wasn't bad. It was just pointed out that it's dangerous and please do this, right? Nothing wrong with it at all. Sarah had to reply, and it was an absolute classic. Do you think I sit on her account 24/7? Of course not, Sarah. We wouldn't expect you to manage your kid's account 24/7. Absolutely not. Of course, you've got far more important things to do than protect your kids. My word. I check her comments, and then if all is good, tell her she can go ahead and reply to some. I can't help it if someone comments while she's doing that. Don't be so ignorant. Absolutely, Mr. Bobson, don't be so absolutely ignorant. You ignoramus, you. My word. I can't even believe you would say such a thing. A pure suggestion that Sarah Ingham should do more to protect her kids. It's just ludicrous, to say the least. I can't even. Right, Sarah, my word, absolutely. Yes, we don't expect you to protect your children 24/7. Why would we? Classic Sarah. I actually honestly can't believe she said this. It just goes to show that that's not what a parent-managed account is, right? You manage all aspects of the account. The child has nothing to do with the account. Yes, you might do the TikToks and stuff, but she doesn't read the comments. In fact, you made a brilliant speech the other week about why Isla is not having her own YouTube channel because she can't handle the comments, right? And now you're just putting her out there to read her own comments. She shouldn't have to read any of her comments. Some of the comments are horrible. I've seen some of the troll comments, people talking about Chris, asking her why Chris is a predator, things like that. Nothing that a 13-year-old should be reading about their dad. But there we are, because you have put it out there, and you will continue to put her out there because you want the money. Money is far, far more important to you. Otherwise, you would shut off the comments at the very least, right? But you should actually private her account to friends only. Friends, not iFam, right? Not iFam. Friends. Friends and family, right? So that's probably limited to Jane and Steve. And does Prinny have an account? Maybe Prinny, I don't know. It's pretty much it, because that's your circle at the moment. But yeah, taking her off a public account is the first step, right? And that is the right advice. I don't care what you say, Sarah. That is the right advice. That is not anything hateful towards a 13-year-old. And as we're going to see, the IFAM lapped up Sarah's involvement in this, because why would anyone dare to try and protect Sarah's kids? This one did agree with Joe, though, Joe Bobson, and said, if it was almost every video she posted like you say, then I agree you should check more. Sorry, but Joe has a point. Joe Bobson replied to Sarah and said, you clearly didn't check the comments for a few days. By the sounds of it, you weren't even aware of the comment until I mentioned it to you. And then this reply blew my brains out. This is the level of intelligence from the IFAM, or just anybody that supports family vlogging in general. They said all people could just stop bullying a 13-year-old. Of course, they could stop bullying a 13-year-old, but on the same the same way that they could stop putting a 13-year-old there for people to comment on, right? Because unfortunately, such is the nature of life, is if you allow people to comment on a situation, people will. And that goes for negative and positive alike. Both will come to you if you give people the opportunity to do so. And unfortunately, that is the case on this occasion. Just because she decided to be on TikTok doesn't mean she deserves to be bullied. People can just be kind and leave it up to parents to parent their child. Lol. Pretty sure Sarah and Chris have it under control. Do they have it under control? Why exactly was with the massive rant then, if Sarah has it under control? It doesn't look like they have it under control. I've seen loads of comments so far that have been let through that are not nice comments to a 13-year-old. So why are they not keeping it under control if they're supposed to have a parent managed account? Why is Isla getting to these comments before Sarah and Chris do? And Emily Cheetham, she's a massive IFAM, I remember. She says, parents cannot spend all day, every day, checking every last comment posted. Yes, they absolutely can, right? If you put your child out to thousands of people intentionally in order to earn money, then yes, you absolutely can. You can check and make sure your child is okay 24/7. That is your job as a parent. So literally your only job as a parent is to make sure that your kids are okay. Literally. Parents check their kids' accounts once or twice a week usually. Yeah, but most of them do not have 40,000 plus people following them, right? Most people don't. This is what people don't understand, and I don't get why it's so difficult to understand. There's a huge difference between a child who goes to school and has a few school friends commenting on their account and it's private, compared to a fully public TikTok account of a child who has 40,000 followers. There's a massive difference. Yeah, these don't seem to be able to differentiate between the two. It's unbelievable, really. Or a few hours after their kid has posted a video, right? If a kid just gets something between, checks it absolutely correct to take it to their parents. Some kids get so many comments that even negative comments can slip through the cracks. Think before you comment. Ironic that, really, because I think you really should have thought that that was through before you commented on it, because it's not entirely it's not entirely, what should we call, right. Yes, that's right, it's not right. And so that is the situation as we have it. Sarah is not a happy bunny because Isla has been monitoring her account before she has managed to do it. She's not happy with 50-year-olds commenting negative things to Isla, which is right. Shouldn't be a thing. But equally, she's happy enough with 50-plus-year-olds or adults commenting nice things to a child. So why are you happy with adults commenting how beautiful they are and how much they've grown up and how lovely they are and how amazing they are? Why is that different, right? No adult needs to be commenting on Isla's account, but here we are, innit? So if you have appreciated this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.